everyone! Firstly, let me apologize today. Phil is ill, so I just want to apologize for his lackluster performance in the upcoming Master Debater. I've got a feeling that's going to be a landslide. I just wanted to let everyone know that he's not feeling too good. So cut him some slack when he inevitably loses the Master Debate. How are you, Phil?
I'm existing. I too have something to say about Owen.
All right.
And that is that you should feel bad for him as well, because he will also lose the Master Debater. So there. See? Anybody can do that. Not just you. You and your fancy editing.
Strong words.
No, I don't feel too well, but well enough to speak. I do want to monopolize the prime time that is the beginning of the podcast, when most people are actually paying attention. I need the collective knowledge of the listeners to answer a question for me. I was at a play, and I was sitting in a chair, and I was shoulder surfing before the play started, and everybody has their pads and their phones out, and this dude in front of me is watching this video, and it's just this clip going over and over, and I don't know what you call the style of animation, like Akira or Death Scroll or Fist of the North Star, that type of detailed thing. This dude, it looked like he was biting the chick's neck, but a tentacle was coming out, I'm assuming from his head or from his back, and it was going in her mouth and out her butt. And it was like this 5-second clip, and there were, I don't know, Japanese characters going on the screen, and it kept looping over and over for like 45 seconds. This dude was just watching it in front of me. So if you know what I'm talking about, it's been killing me, because I don't know how to search for this type of thing, because tentacle rape, that gets you a lot of stuff.
So you want the listeners to help you jack off?
Well, no, when you put it that way, it
by
makes it sound...
finding you prime material.
No, it's just, I feel like I have seen it before, I just can't place it. It's bothering me. So, I feel like somebody out there will be able to solve that little problem for me. Itch the scratch on my brain.
I've had a thought. This is the perfect time to bring back the classic that everyone loves. Feeling Phil? Hey Phil, how's your throat?
I have post-nasal drip. It's terrible.
The only time when that feature actually ever makes sense. Well, let's get into it. First order of business I have, and let me just say, I feel great that my voice is at 100%. Yours is probably, I don't know, 50%, so I can yell at you and you can't do anything about it, and I could just overpower you with my vocals. And in a fight, because you got weak upper body strength. The people are jipped, and I demand justice for the people.
How so?
If you don't know what I'm talking about, 2 weeks ago, whatever, we hit you with a new episode of The Wave. Whoa, everybody loving it, But one thing that they wasn't loving is the fact that we promised them 6 new features. Phil blatantly disregarded that, went for something that he made, and now, I'm sorry to say, listeners, you're gypped out of 1 new feature.
I don't think so. Number one, you made it sound like they were getting 6 new features all at once. We were going to introduce 1 new feature.
No. You can listen back. 6
yes,
weeks,
we can.
New feature every week.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying
that's
this...
what I said.
Well, no, I'm saying just now.
Oh.
Anyway, the viewer assignment about the tulpas was the assignment. Or,
But
sorry,
it's
was the
not,
feature.
It wasn't on the list.
All right, well, it's on the list today as well. So, along
Yes. Yeah.
with another new feature.
Yes, but at the end of the run, what was it? How many episodes we got left? 3,
4.
not including this one.
We're going to be doing 5. Well, 4 more. This is the 5th one.
Oh, it's confusing.
No, we're starting. There's 6. It's not confusing. 6 features, 6 episodes.
Yes, but then you didn't do a feature on the last episode.
Oh my God, I can't
That
believe.
was on the approved list.
So if
Anyway.
anything, that means there's going to be more features.
Well, there's not.
There are. Let's just move on with last week's
Let's
new
just-
feature, viewer
No,
assignment.
I was just gonna say, happy anniversary, my love. A bit late,
Yeah.
but 5th of July,
Okay.
2012, the first episode of Wave of Absurdity was released on the YouTubes, and I just thought maybe we could take a second to reflect on those 2 years. That was great. Do you have any memorable moments of those 2 years?
Gas assassination. That sounded like you got an answer wrong on a quiz show. This week's is quite deep. Is Owen fan of good movies? Come on, man. We're so close.
That was a good one. I think, anytime O'Neill and you banter is just an award-seeking podcast. And happy anniversary, Phil.
Well, happy anniversary. Do you know what the traditional gift is for a second anniversary? The first year was clocks or paper, one of the two. I forget which is which.
Is 5 years wood? Do I give you wood in 5 years?
You give me wood every day.
I'm not sure for 2 years.
No, yeah, 5 is wood, traditionally.
What a shit gift.
Here's a branch. No. The second year is China, or the more
You're gonna give
traditional
me
route is
China?
cotton. So I don't know how many gifts that you can get cotton-wise. Clothing, ear swabs.
Actually, forget our anniversary. Speaking of gifts, Thomas,
Yes.
the great
Out
big
today.
$20 scandal.
Yes, that I wrote that down while you were taking a crap. I squeezed that in.
Have you actually sent it off yet?
It is currently in the mailbox.
What do you mean?
Well, because the mailman has to come up and get it. I didn't go to the
Oh,
post
your
office.
postal system's all backwards. I hate you.
Well, yeah, when the mailman comes to pick up, or when the mailman comes to drop off the mail, he will take the mail
Why
in
is
the
he
mailbox.
doing that? Why don't you go to a post box?
Why do that when he's going to be coming to my goddamn door? I don't feel good. I should spend the $20 on pills. All
It's
right.
a podcast, everyone, and welcome.
Oh, yeah, I should mention contact at Wave of Absurdity. If you're a new listener and you know what I was talking about, that's where you email with anything.
Yeah. If you can supply Phil with quality hentai,
Hentai.
at waveofabsurdity.com.
That's what it's called.
Well, maybe you don't need to still send him hentai. I'm sure
I'd
he'd
like to
appreciate
point
it.
out that Owen and I share the... he can see the emails, obviously, as well. So perhaps this is his desperate plea for certain types of
Yes,
eroticism.
keep trying to flip it. I'm not
yes.
the one that asked for it to begin with.
So the viewer assignment was pretty much, did you have an imaginary friend, and or do you believe that human thought can manifest a being Heavy stuff. Yes. So I'm just gonna. We have several emails with somewhat different views. The first is from Leon. I've been watching Wave of Absurdity on and off for about a year now. I really enjoy the chemistry between you two. Oh, nice. And the interesting topics you talk about. On to the assignment. I meditate a lot and perceive my tulpa like every other person I know. I believe that our ideas are as real or unreal as we believe them to be. Great podcast. Keep up the awesome work. Best wishes, Leon. P.S. Happy belated birthday, by the way, Owen.
Thank you.
So,
You're a better person than Phil.
his final line there, I believe that our ideas are as real or unreal as we believe them to be. How do you feel about that statement, Owen? Do you agree that it's just thought and belief? If you believe it, it's true. It doesn't matter what other people believe, right?
Well, I guess you could say that, but nah.
No, you don't agree?
No.
Okay. Let me just encapsulate that in my head a little bit next time O'Neill shows up. So, thank you, Leon. I appreciate that. I'm sure Owen does too. And of course, O'Neill is not real.
Why'd you keep saying that?
Tommy D.
Why'd you keep saying that?
Big old Tommy D sent us.
He's offered to do a podcast with you.
Owen, but he cannot do a challenge. A simple challenge. Yes, I don't remember ever having an imaginary friend, though, as a toddler. I have been informed I blamed any misdoings on the poopy alligators. I haven't a fucking clue why I would have come up with such an assortment of figments, but I hope I was trying to be funny at a very early age. Do I believe the collected thoughts of people could create a being? The Christians seem to have failed at this task, though it's likely the collective brain power of the average Christian is a sad thing indeed. But I digress. Sure, why not? If we believed hard enough, we may very well manifest an enormous bottle of Sentient Lefroig, from which we'd never be parched again. Sincere wishes and much fan love, Tommy D. So, one, thanks for that email. Well written. Enjoyable. He seems, though, kind of like he just threw his hands up. Like, sure, why not? So this is almost the flip side of the script. I don't think things look good for O'Neill, is what I'm getting at.
I don't understand why you just won't accept him.
Well, apparently other people are. We do have some more emails that maybe we'll touch on later on. I would like to thank you for sending in the emails and instigate another viewer assignment, which I have not informed Owen of yet. But it's real simple. All you have to do is, if you have a microphone and you have the time, go to vocaroo.com. VOCAROO. It allows you to record your microphone, and it'll give you a link, and you just send the clip. You don't have to download any files. So the viewer assignment is to go to Vocaroo, record yourself saying anything. This will be the voices of Wave of Absurdity. You could read a poem, you can tell a story, you can make some noises. It doesn't matter. If we get some interesting stuff, maybe we'll make a little montage. How's that sound, Owen? Good. So, viewer assignment, and send the link and any comments, questions, or inquiries to... What's that email, Owen, so I know you're still alive?
contact@waveofabsurdity.com.
Were you just looking at eBay instead of paying attention to the podcast?
I'm doing some live bidding here, folks. It's very exciting.
I have known that you are doing that. I have refrained from asking you what you are bidding on. But I don't know if I want to know. It's the podcast. Why don't you tell us all what you're bidding on?
Sure, it's
Hentai.
All right. Well, I have a.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Oh no, I've moved on from eBay.
Oh,
I was. We're moving on.
how's
to
your eye?
Yeah, to my. I was just thinking, because of the deep thought that I had last podcast is, I saw one at my eyebrows, and that got me thinking about. Shut up.
Well,
Thinking,
what if somebody new is listening and they're like, "What the shitballs is he talking about?"
well, that's a good reason to go back, download the episode, and enjoy a new episode 11, season 3.
That's right, all
Well,
free.
It's on iTunes, so I don't know. It's episode 20 something. Anyway, backward system. Yeah, so I was thinking about what else do I see, and then I realized that I don't see with my true eyes, and I because I'm a glasses wearer, so I don't see things as my eyes intended them to be seen. So I've noticed that I have a behavior that when I see someone famous, or if I go to a show, and somebody famous or somebody that I just like, I always make a conscious effort to look at them without my glasses on, so then I actually see them for what my eyes want them to see them as.
Well, fuzzier? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, but I think it may be fuzzier, blurrier, and smaller, but it's the true image, right? It's the true image that my eyes are emitting.
Well, I suppose. I
feel if I don't look at them without my glasses, I feel like I'm robbed of an experience.
Do you whip your glasses off and intently stare at somebody after you meet them?
What I like to do is smush my glasses down by my nostrils, so then you can do a proper peek. Like that's why I raise my eyebrows, because if you
to clear your frames.
it's all connected. Shut up. It's all connected. You tilt your head down, you raise your eyebrows up, and then you look, and you can see clearer, and you can see over your glasses that way.
Okay. A lot of people talk about the third eye, or having an awakening, being able to see clearly. Generally, it's a much more spiritual thing, whereas you're just actually describing essentially resolution of your vision. That sometimes you like to look at people blurry, and sometimes you like to look at them with prescription visual aids.
But isn't it a weird behavior? I have to.
It is. Last podcast, I had this mental image of you standing in front of the mirror, raising your eyebrows, going, "Whoa, I can see so much." Well, do your eyes feel bad, Owen?
No, they feel great.
Good. I'd hate to see them get poked.
Well, that's why I got glasses.
Ocular protection. Well, there's no good segue for the all-new news challenge.
Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun.
Some of you might remember the old news challenge, where I would copy and paste several titles, and Owen would read them out loud. They were humorous titles gathered from whatever news sources, and he would have to figure out which one was the false one, which ones were real, and there was always one that I had made up. In the all-new
Get
news
ready
challenge,
to feel gypped, people.
in the all-new news challenge, I have written out the 3 news articles, and Owen has to do the same thing. He's going to read the articles as I wrote them. I found some weird, absurd news, and I tried to write in a wave of absurdity way. And now Owen is going to read them for our entertainment. Maybe he'll laugh, maybe he won't. That's not the challenge. He has to figure out which one is the false news. Are you ready, Owen, for the new?
It's essentially the same thing, but I'm reading a bit more than
Well,
usual.
I put a little more work into it. How about
Get
that?
ready to feel gypped. Ooh.
I have now sent.
Which one? Top one? Okay.
Yep, start at the beginning.
Now, in 3D. Am I supposed to say something beforehand? I am, aren't I?
Well, that's fine. That's what that is. That's the header for this one.
Now in 3D. Thank you. In an attempt to raise awareness for Japan's somewhat prudish approach to discussing
Yes, I should mention that this is the first time Owen has seen these things.
But I should be able to say female.
All right, we'll slow it down, Charlie.
In an attempt, thanks Dad, in an attempt to raise awareness of Japan's somewhat prudish approach to discussing female anatomy, artist Megnumi Iskrash, Meg, built a kayak modeled after her vagina. This podcast cannot answer the questions our listeners are probably asking themselves. If you get in and out of a kayak repeatedly, does that count as intercourse? Can you fit a six-pack of your favorite beer in the clitoris?
Nice recovery.
Shut up! In the clitoris area. Shortly after, Meg was again under official scrutiny for sexual explicit art, despite hailing... Is that hailing?
Yes, I might have spelled that wrong, but...
Despite hailing from a place where manga depicting busty kids getting raped by tentacles is allowed. This time it was for disturbing data that would allow you to print out a 3D version of her vagina that she scanned and distributed via a crowdfunded art project. If you donated $30, she would link you to have a JJJ print outside. If you had a 3D printer, well then, you're just a freaking tech-savvy pervert, aren't you, Phil?
I didn't write that part.
We here at Wave of Absurdity salute her art and hope to one day ride her vagina over the great waterways of our world.
Okay, so that was article number 1.
Kids today. According to Article 20 of the Criminal Code, the age of criminal responsibility in Russia is 16, only lowered to 14 for serious offences such as murder or rape. When a documented 12-year-old boy was accused of stealing a mobile phone, the judge ruled him old enough to be held accountable for his actions. The boy, only known as Thomas, had his age claim supported when he originally crossed over the Russian-Ukraine border several months previous to his incarceration. Yes, they prisonified the 12-year-old because they said he was at least 15 or 16. They felt strongly about this because they checked his teeth and his genitals. That's right! Prison doctors agreed that his nuts were way too large to be that of a 12-year-old. And if anyone should be able to make that distinction, it's the Russian prison doctors. We here at Wave of Absurdity wonder what was checked first. Did someone look at his dental chart and go, I'm on the fence about this, let's check his testes, yeah? Or was there a person that went right for the happy sacks and then needed to double check his molars? Either way, the moral of the story doesn't change. If you go out thieving in Russia, make sure you brush your teeth and wear clean underwear. You're in trouble.
Well, going right to the next article. Didn't leave enough space there, did I?
Yeah, you didn't. Well then. You're in trouble. It's a play on words of urine. Amelia Bookmer, 62, of Illinois, is a Guinness Book of World Records holder for donating 104 gallons of urine. Not all at one time, but over a period of 10 years. To NASA for the study of toxins and potassium loss over the forms of dehydration in and during spaceflight. If that doesn't raise your eyebrows, then maybe this will. Scandal! Amelia was one of 17 PP participants that had the right levels of sodium chloride that scientists were interested in learning about. Except she faked her results. That's right. For some reason, she doctored her results with regular table salt and was able to fool the doctors for almost a decade. She received no compensation for her donations other than an occasional pastry. and she has yet to give any explanation for her deception. We here at Wave of Absurdity have zero tolerance for these faux pursuers.
I'm so glad you read that.
Or these urinary imposters. And are taking great steps to make sure her name is stricken from the world record to make way for the dickloads of true tinkerers to be honored for the real work that needs to be done. Thank you and good night.
All right. That has been the new news. Now, we come to the part where Owen has to figure out which one is the one that I falsified. Owen, your thought process?
Well, I'm going to instantly strike off the Russia thing because I don't think your mind is that, is not going to go straight to a 12-year-old's genitals. Exactly.
Didn't think about that.
So that's going out the window. And it basically comes down to the Wii, which has a lot more jokes in there. So it seems like it's a lot more free reign.
Okay, interesting.
Or, of course, the 3D printed vagina, which is something to behold, for sure. And only for $30. It's really hard to say.
Good.
Because you're a lover of vaginas and and we. So, but I this is tough. I'm gonna just because of the way it's worded, and it seems like you had a lot of fun writing it. I'm just gonna have to go with the "You're in trouble" as the fake one.
Are you locking that in?
I'm locking that in.
All right. Well, first, let me say well done on just off the fly having to read that. A lot of people would not have done that, not knowing what was coming up. Secondly, I'd like to let you know that you are correct. And your process in getting there is very well done. Feel free to add applause in post.
I'd like to point out that often I get these games, and Phil has yet to get 3 for 3 on Widow and Rathers.
So let me get this straight. I just essentially complimented you after a new podcast feature, and you take the opportunity to take a dig at me.
Isn't that the Wave of Absurdity way?
Indeed it is. The Woe way. All
Contact at waveofabsurdity.com if you thought that was a great feature and would like to see it stay.
If you don't want to see it stay, contact us at Wave of Absurdity. Oh, sorry. Yes. Well, no, it still makes sense. Contact at waveofabsurdity.com. Owen.com. At Hotmail.
Stop saying that.
Right. Have you checked the Hotmail recently?
No. Is there good stuff in there? Are people still emailing? Oh, it makes sense if they listen back to the old episodes.
Yeah, maybe we should look into that.
Yeah.
I'm
not going to.
Yeah, not today. Sometimes the Wave of Absurdity is known for caring. Sometimes. We did a charity thing once. We raised $100, didn't we? For
who won that?
Yeah, so we raised some money.
Yeah. Who won that? Do you remember?
And we did some...
I think it was this little bugger right here.
Public service announcements as well. You didn't win the $100.
Well, I put in the money. Not $100. We all put in money. And the winner got it donated in their name.
Yes.
But I won. That's the main thing.
You won. Okay.
I look like a charitable dude to that Doctors Without Borders.
We need to have another charity drive of some sort soon. So keep your ears.
Another one that I can win at.
Yes. So, in that vein, I was trying to say that sometimes we do public things, public service announcements.
I think my favorite has to be
Fisting.
Of course, the
Yes.
safety tips for fisting.
Where was that information from? Was that what's that site called? Where it's like 5 easy steps for
I
everything.
don't know,
Yeah.
but there was one about farting too. That was a winner.
Can't go wrong with gas. All my farts smell like Pepto-Bismol today. So, public service announcement. This one is don't do drugs. All right. And gonna relay a little personal story because I ran into somebody and these memories came
You
flooding
drug
back
dealer?
to me. No. All right. The year is, I don't know what the year is. I was 16 or 17. My parents had gone away for the weekend. It was a Friday. Had the whole house to myself. My brothers were either moved out or in college. And, yeah, so they left. And my friend Adam, who lives in that little section where I took Owen for his virtual ride and then fingered him. Owen, not my friend. So, friend stopped by and it's like, yeah, parents are gone. Let's get fucked up. He's like, that's great and all, but there's this awesome party and we have to go to it. You have to realize that Adam, he was or is, I don't know, an alpha male. Guys wanted to be him. Chicks wanted him inside them. He was just, the all-American dude. Excuse me. So, yeah, all right, party. Well, that's fine. So he stopped over with a chickie boo, and I'm thinking, all right, we'll go to the party. Maybe things will work out for Skimbosh. Maybe Skimbosh will get a little something. And I'm sorry, ladies that are listening, if I phrase it this way, but if you hang around Adam, you're getting some runoff pussy. Sorry. That's just the way it was. The party was big, very big. There was different buildings. I don't know who was running it or how they thought they were going to get away with it without somebody calling the police. I just don't understand. Multiple buildings. They had a slushy machine. You pay $5, you get this giant alcohol slushy. Somewhere in the course of an hour and a half, I took some drugs, took some hallucinogens. So did Adam. Microdots, crush them up, snort them up, pow! And about an hour and a half into it, the police showed up. So Adam, myself, the chick that we brought up, and 2 other chicks, like everybody was running to the cars. Adam drove in his pickup truck. Everybody's running everywhere because cop cars are just pulling up onto this property. There's 5 of us, can't all fit in the cab in Adam's truck, and we don't even know where the hell to go. Can't get onto the road because that's where the police cars are coming from. There wasn't a lot of access, but this property, there's like half an acre of lawn until you got to a wooded area, and then there was a towpath. Well, this is just where Adam starts driving to. Him and 2 of the chicks are in the cab. Me and this other chick just hop in the back of the flatbed, or of his pickup. He drives into the freaking woods. Remember, he's been drinking. He's got LSD in his system, probably peaking at this time, and he is driving not a road, heading towards the towpath. I don't know if he knows where the hell he's going, but I can hear the girls in the cab screaming. The girl in the back with me, we're just kind of huddled up, pushing our feet against the wheel well and our backs against the cab so we don't go flying out because it's all bumpy and shit. Every goddamn bump, she sounds like she's going to puke. She's like, every bump. It's freaking me out. Adam's playing like Thunderstruck by AC/DC in the truck. We go into the woods. He drives up a freaking hill onto an embankment with train tracks. We are now driving on train tracks, and there's cars following us. I mean, I'm facing traffic, wondering, wow, this is going to be, this is how I'm going to die. This is how I'm going to fucking die, because he's tearing us. We're on railroad tracks. There's people driving their hatchbacks, their lowriders. Their cars are falling apart. They're dropping off one by one. Adam's just cruising down, and again, thunder. I don't know if you're familiar with the song, but I can hear that going on. There's a bridge ahead. We didn't go over it, but I'm thinking we are. I'm thinking we're going to go over this bridge and just plummet to our deaths. He tears down this hill, and we kind of crash out onto this highway. Thunder. It's unbelievable. So now we're cruising on the highway, and he's like opening the window. The cabbie's like, "You've got to get down," you know, because law, you can't have people riding in the back. You can't have that. So, crikeys, I'm laying down now, spread eagle. So, because I need to use my arms and my legs to keep me from flying all over the place. I'm just tall enough to do this. The chick in the back with me is not tall enough, so she's on top of me, like just holding on to my chest over every goddamn bump. Little bric-a-brac in the back of his truck. It's smashing all around. I'm just staring up at the stars, which because of the LSD are all moving around at like warp fucking speed. Yet I still managed to get an erection. This girl was on top of me. We're all bumping around. And that's when the sirens happened. Fortunately, it's just an ambulance, but, we almost pissed ourselves. Eventually, we do make it to the house. And we're all happy to be alive. But all three of these chicks, that's all that was going through my head. If I don't die, I should at least be able to score at least once. 3 chicks. I should be able to, right? But they're all like sick and crying and very upset and lost friends, and maybe we saw a car fall down the embankment. I don't know. But for some reason, they are not in the mood to party. So Adam and I, it's like 3 in the morning now. Whatever, I don't know. But they didn't want to go out anymore for some reason. So it's like, all right, you can just stay here. My parents are at home. Help yourself to some leftover spaghetti or whatever. But they're like passing out. It's like, all right, let's ditch these wet sacks and head on out. So that's what we did. And we ended up at this dude's house and pretty much played Mario Kart till the sun came up. Drugs wore off. Adam takes me home. Hey, guess who came home early? Guess whose car is in the driveway? Yeah. Parents came home. I wasn't there, but there were 3 chicks in my bedroom when my dad went up to check on me. So I get dropped off by Adam, and my parents are there. They're obviously not very happy, as my mom is chastising me, morals and all that stuff. My dad's kind of behind her, like, he's upset. But in the same respect, it's like, 3 chicks, eh? I didn't have the heart to tell him that nothing happened, but to his mind, I forget where the drugs are bad in this point. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, this sounds like a reason to do drugs.
This is worse than the work thing. Yeah. Well, no, I got in trouble. I didn't get no trim. So, yeah, don't snort microdots. I don't know. Don't hang out with Adam. Forget the public service announcement. Just don't do drugs.
I like how easy you got a boner in the face of danger.
It's just all those things, all the assault on my senses between the drugs and the music and the girls screaming that I could hear through the cab.
Yeah, but what point of her like gagging and almost puking?
The whole time I'm worried like she's gonna puke slushy all over me. Oh, yeah. And she was kind of a big bone girl, so I was also being crushed a little bit. Oh, yeah.
Well,
it's a good party though.
Do drugs, everyone.
Don't do drugs. Okay.
If you're in a situation, maybe it was the fear. You got a fear erection.
Possibly. Normally on the LSD, there's no sexual activity for me.
I would like to see you, like in a
with an
bank
erection?
robbery.
Oh.
Just see if you. Everyone get down on the floor. Oh, I can't. Oh no.
I'd like to say that I have been in other adrenalized situations where I did not, or at least I didn't perceive an erection. But, hey, you know, the blood's flowing all over the place. It should be flowing to all your limbs. So
maybe it's too small to feel. Lateral thinking. That feature everyone loves. We got to rack Phil's brain a little bit. And considering he's all conjiggled as it is, it should be a good time. If you don't know what lateral thinking is, just
conjiggled.
Google it.
That's really nice.
I'm tired of explaining. A traveler set out on a journey. Oh, I should get the timer ready. After I read the question, you have 1 minute to ask as many yes or no questions as you see fit.
Okay.
A traveller set out on a journey and stopped only when he had returned to his starting point. During that journey, his head travelled 36 feet further than his feet, yet his feet remained attached to his body. Why? And go.
Sorry, did you say his head remained attached to his feet?
Body.
Oh, all right.
Yes. No.
Sorry. All right. So at no point he was, decapitated or had any of his body parts removed.
No.
Wait, let me rephrase that question. He did not have any body parts removed, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Was he on some sort of circus ride where your head is in one position and your body's kind of all getting 36 feet or 33 feet?
I really like your thinking, but no.
Sorry, could you just repeat the part? It was over 30 feet or whatever?
36.
36 feet. 36. Is that number relevant?
Yes.
36 feet. Is water involved?
No.
All right, I don't know where I was going with that.
5 seconds.
Was it during crash testing? No. Any sort of
All right, well, I'll give you
testing.
one question out of
All
good
right.
faith.
Was it voluntary to this
Yes.
man? Yes. Huh. All right, give me a minute to think. I don't know what to think about. Where would you?
Let's listen and hear Phil think.
Shit, now I don't. His head stayed in the same place, and his body or his feet were 36.
Everything was attached.
Everything
I'll
was
read
atta-
it one more time.
Yeah.
Then
Yes, please. Yes.
A traveller set out on a journey and stopped only when he had returned to his standing point. During that journey, his head travelled 36 feet further than his feet, yet his feet remained attached to his body. Why? Or how? Should I
Shit,
say?
no, I have more questions. Something to do with his height. 36 feet. What is 36 feet? What does that translate into? That's 12
Play along at home.
yards. 12 yards. It's not a ride. A football. He was on a roller coaster. I am flummoxed. I am confused.
Boy, you're going to kick yourself when you hear the answer.
I would love to kick myself.
But, you giving up?
I have officially thrown in the towel.
Oh, it's going to be egg on your face.
Okay.
So let me just read it again. A traveller set out on a journey and stopped only when he had returned to his starting
Hot air
point.
balloon. No.
During that journey, his head travelled 36 feet further than his feet. His head. Whatever. Yet his feet remained
How do I
attached
know
to his
you even
body.
read this correctly the first time?
The answer is, the journey was around the world. The man's head was 6 feet from the ground, so the radius of the circle travelled by his head is 6 feet greater than the circle travelled by his feet. The difference in circumference of circles is pi times 6 equals 36 feet.
Wow. It's not 26 feet?
You can try and make me look like a fool, but I do that just fine.
All right. Well,
It
I
was
have...
Maths.
Ugh. I would be interested if anyone got that at home. But we'll never know unless you email contact@waveofabsurdity.com.
At home.
Actually, I kind of like that one in a strange way. At least there was logic behind it.
And that's your big mistake. All right. The big feature that, dare I say, might surpass MouthPill one day. It is, of course, Master Debater.
Some might call it the anchor of the podcast. Others might agree that it's the thing pulling us down. Sorry.
Okay, so slight issue on my part. I didn't release the poll for you to vote until the day before recording.
2 weeks.
I had 2 weeks to do it, and I did it on the 13th day. So,
Fortnite.
for those that don't remember, the topic was public toilets versus home toilet. And just refreshing the page, I think this is the first time in, well, Master Debater Wave of Absurdity history, we actually have a tie.
Well, wait. Where's the page again? Hang on a sec. I didn't vote.
But the polling's closed.
Did you vote?
Yeah.
The polling's not closed.
Well, it's closed because I've just read
No. You didn't read any results yet, my friend. So
50% to 50%.
it's not closed.
It's closed. It is done.
It's so not closed. You're lucky I can't find this shit.
I'm logging in to Easy Pose to shut it off.
Quick. I will get there. Come on. PC Gamer fan page.
I gotta log in.
Come on. Here it is. Quick poll. Come on. Phil, public toilet, vote. Yes! Oh, 46% Owen. 54% Phil.
In any case, the polling was closed when I read the announcement. So for the first time in Master Debater history, we have a tie.
I hate you.
The people could not decide which was better.
54%. I'm part of the people.
Yes, but I'm sorry, polling was closed.
Not when I voted.
Well, it's what I read it out. All right,
Yeah,
you should know how this game works.
You should
Shame
know.
on you for not voting.
Take your face. What? Sorry, go ahead.
So, if you think I'm wrong, email in. contact@waveofabsurdity.com. But I said polling was closed. Polling was
Go
closed.
take a ride in a vagina kayak, buddy. Just let's move on.
So, the new Master Debater is the good old times versus the future.
Good old days.
The good old days, yes, versus the future. We all know how this works. Random.org. I say we all know how this works, but then I explain it anyway. I need to stop doing that. Feels odd. I'm even. Generate. Let's go. Kapow! 86!
Decisions.
I'll go future.
Everybody's working for the weekend. All right.
Are you quite done?
I believe so.
everyone's done.
And I believe that everybody listening was hoping that you would represent the future and that I would represent the good old days.
Indeed. Generate again. 13.
Did you ever watch Rome, the HBO series?
I have not.
Well, I highly suggest it. Uh,
All right.
well, it would make what I just did relevant. It was a popular show. Dead before its time. I will allow Owen the honor of going first.
All right. We both have a minute 30. Fuck it. I'm just tired of explaining. I'll take my time.
It's habit.
Take my time now. The future, ladies and gentlemen, the future. Back in the 80s, when you saw, what was that? Why has it gone out of my head all of a sudden? Back to the Future. What was it? 2015 they said you'd have hoverboards and all of that. Well, I'm afraid you don't have hoverboards, but you do have supercomputing. You have pacemakers. Yeah, you look at me. What I'm trying to say is the future is now. Alright, the future is now. You go back to Phil's old days. back with the little cassette recorder and the little cassette that could hold, what, 3 or 4 songs at most, and then you got to flip it around and record on another side. Now, you take in a little micro SD card, you've got 128 gigs. I don't understand. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand how Phil could possibly win a debate against the future and the now. Because I've got a debate that the future is now, with all the incredible inventions that we have that far surpass anything. I'm willing to bet blood on this. Anything that Phil can bring up. I just don't see how it can happen, and I will go into more detail. It's time, by the way.
I really need to activate my timer. Now, I suppose, I suppose, if you base your concept of the future off of Steven Spielberg movies, sure, you're going to be disappointed. There's no hoverboards. No. What there is more of is war, people, disease. That's what there's more of. In the future, in the good old days, there were less people. That made people more polite. There's less pollution. Oh, and I like to point out real fast, 45 minutes per side on a 90-minute cassette tape. Okay? Thank you. Now, my opponent will probably try to rattle off a list of inventions, talk about quality of life. And sure, I agree that there are inventions that have helped things out immensely, but the hankering for the good old days, there's a reason. There's a much greater detail to construction. Actual metal pieces, not plastic. Things were made with heart. It's not, and a lot of inventions were made. I would even go as far as saying everything worth inventing has been invented. Since 1970, 1980, they were all the good inventions.
Time. I would take my time. Now, I can't believe he has put the nail in the coffin so early. Everything that needs to be invented has already been invented. Everything that's worth it. What are you saying? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Have you seen the amazing stuff that they're doing with Oculus Rift and all that? That looks amazing, and that's in the future. VR. That's something to be excited for. No longer does The Matrix have to be a movie. It's going to be reality soon, and that titillates me in many ways. Phil says, there's a lot more war going on. I'm sorry. Didn't World War 1 and 2 happen before I was born? Yeah, a lot of shit and a lot of war happened in the good old days. Dare I say, the technology and the future technology that of weaponry that we're making is making us safer. Why is it making us safe? Because nobody wants to die to a nuclear blast. So we all point them at each other and go, hey, stop it. Stop it. This is why we're not going to have another world war. Things have got safer. Things have got better with time. Again, you look back, 19 minutes on a cassette iPod. 16,000 songs. 16,000. You go back and tell 5-year-old Phil this, he won't believe you. He would be excited. He would be amazed of what the future would hold.
Now is my time. People were happier in the past. And you know why? Because people were less informed. There is way too much information being thrown at the standard human being. There is no way that you can exist in today's technological society without constantly fearing that something is going to break down. Oh, my power windows broke. Oh no, can't even roll down my windows. Or, excuse me, people were happier because they didn't know every little damn bad thing that happened in other parts of the world. They were able to focus on what they needed to get done to better their lives. This This information highway is a double-edged sword. Don't even get me started on virtual reality. Sure, let's make things better by isolating ourselves from the society that we need to save to progress. People want shortcuts. Today, in the future, everybody owes me. That's the future. That's the future. I want a shortcut. I don't want to have to do work to get what I want. I should just get it. It's the future. Technology. I shouldn't have to work. Make it for me. That's the future. And death, war, ice caps melting, animals becoming extinct, our entire biosphere slowly
Time.
fading away.
I'll take my minute. Now, what's wrong with wanting all of those things now? What's wrong with taking these shortcuts? If we could take these shortcuts, that means man has evolved greater than what we are now. If you could be smarter, faster, stronger, have more upper body strength, you would take it. You would. So don't give me that shit. You're saying people were happier because they weren't in the know. Ignorance stifles creativity, Phil. Creativity stifles invention. All right? The more people are in the know, the more creative they can get about fixing things. In the future, we're going to have a lot more fixes to all these problems that we currently have. If you go back to the good old days, you can't say, oh, it was better because we were all ignorant. No. You want the creativity. You don't want to stay in ignorance. That's why we send rovers to Mars. That's the future right there. Wonder and amazement is on our horizon with
Time.
the future.
I'll take my time now. I'm going to point out the fallacy, the contradiction in my opponent's recent statement. Smarter, faster, stronger. Oh, people don't want to do anything. Well, yeah, who's going to do these fixes that you were talking about? We have all this information at our fingertips, yet all people are doing is downloading music and friggin' watching YouTube videos. Yeah?
Not everyone.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of smarter, faster, stronger. Sure, there'll be some, but there's not going to be enough people to do the work. No one wants to do the work in the future. There are way more takers than there are producers. We have 5 or 6 generations of humanity left. There's no need to look towards the future because there isn't much of one. Might as well pine for the old days and let humanity crash and burn as it was destined
Time.
to.
Heavy stuff on Wave of Absurdity.
Yeah, it was kind of
Sorry
weird
to
there.
see you lose another one. Well, I guess you didn't lose the last one. We drawed.
I won the last one.
You didn't. We drawed because the poll was closed.
I'm drawing something. Okay. Well, we obviously want to hear your opinions on the matter.
I
Contact.
put the poll up earlier.
Yes, please do. Contact at waveofabsurdity.com.
I should have bought Blu-rays into it.
All right. Let's clean our palette of the future and the past with a little sad lib.
Yay!
Sad libs are ad libs that, or sad libs are mad libs that aren't that mad and aren't that happy. I'm going to get some words from you, Owen, and then put them in their appropriate place in the story. Are you ready?
Correct. Yes.
Are you ready? Correct. All right. I need a nice descriptive adjective.
Confused.
I need a verb ending in ing, I-N-G. A verb ending in ing.
Understanding.
Sorry.
How about finishing? You're finishing. How about paying?
All right, well, we can't keep doing
We'll go
this.
sitting. We'll go sitting. We'll go sitting. We'll go sitting.
All right. Final sitting.
Excited.
A sinister sounding noun in your mind. A noun that has a sinister overtone to it.
Marble.
Okay. That's weird. Single-digit number.
6.
An adjective.
Any?
Any adjective.
Noxious.
Country you've always wanted to see, but will never get to now.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were reading it.
No.
A country that
Any place, I guess. It doesn't matter.
Italy. I hate Italy.
Okay.
Well, what kind of place looks like a boot that you can trust? No.
I've already written Italy down. Okay. This is a short one called Your Doctor Has Some Bad News. I have some bad news. Do you remember the confused mass in your left lung? Of course you do. What am I saying? You're the one who came to me in sitting pain, worried for your life. Well, your life, though, that's where the bad news comes in. The results came in. The mass is an inoperable marvel. What's worse is it's metastasized. My guess is you only have 6 weeks left. I know this must be very obnoxious on you, and I want you to know that I'm here for you. But I am going to Italy on vacation, so I've turned on the automatic out-of-office email message, and my phone's going to be off. Hang in there, pal.
10 out of 10.
Let's rip that right from college humor.
Oh, bad. 10 out of 10.
All right. Well, have you gone over the emails? Did you see the email from Monique? A long-time listener and emailer.
I have.
Are you happy with the nice things that she said? I've noticed that she's very proper. She does not curse in her emails. She just learned how to underline using Yahoo, so everything looks all nice and tidy. This, wow, if she does some bullet points next time, she'll be on par with your boyfriend Aaron.
You leave him alone.
I didn't say anything bad.
It came out of your mouth.
Aaron.
Well, she had some things to say about my birthday.
Yeah, and Owen versus Phil. And she just said some random nice thing.
Just a specific part. She's very surprised at how bitter I was about Phil not wishing me a happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. She should know you would have been absolutely bitter.
I just want to say, right? Birthdays. Fucking useless. Alright, I agree. I hate them. When people ask me, and what do you want? I say, give me the gift of not getting you anything for your birthday. Alright? That's what I want.
Right.
But.
Idiot.
What was that?
Calling you an idiot or the noise?
The noise.
That was an email indicator.
But. My Facebook is down to only 26 people, right? It's a very personal thing. And, yeah, I don't want physical things. I just want people to say, hey, we're friends. It takes 5 seconds to wish a happy birthday. You gotta be... What kind of fiend doesn't do that? I mean, I don't understand. It's a common courtesy, right?
Well...
If you look, I respond to people...
what about me? Not people.
Thanks everyone
me.
For...
And I didn't do a generic thing to you. I made a very personal and custom belated birthday card for you.
It was shit.
An inside joke. I had to dig that stuff out, take a proper picture of it, caption it,
Yeah.
post it on your page. Oh, I appreciate your shit.
I appreciate your shit effort. But I would have appreciated it more if it was on my birthday.
When's my birthday?
You don't tell anyone.
I know. Monique is asking, and I'm sorry, Monique. I keep that information. Sorry, horrible echo.
You don't tell me. And when it was, you're like, hey, it's my birthday.
I'm sorry. That information, it's like social security numbers.
Why is
now.
that?
Date of birth, man. Sorry. I've been spending 20 years falsifying information online. multiple birthdays, multiple names. Just, it's all a confusing mess. I celebrate my birthday online November 18th.
Well, I'm not going to celebrate it with you.
I celebrate it online. I think that's what I put. I know there's one day in November where everybody wishes me happy birthday, and I have to go, yeah, sorry, that's just the date I put in Facebook, but thanks.
So, yeah. I take that personally.
All right, well.
If you're on my Facebook, you're there for a reason. All right? It's because I like you. Maybe not very much, but I like you.
She said she did it on Steam.
Wait, what?
She said, Owen, on Steam, I wished you birthday.
Yeah.
I would have sent an e-card, but I was like, fudge it. I feel like your birthday ends when it's the next day for everyone else. Yeah? However, some people don't consider time zones, so when you tell them happy birthday, all they can think about is the fact that you're a day late early, even though you're in another country. So that helps my argument. Sort of. She also
No,
says,
it doesn't, because it was like 5 days later.
She said you're adorable.
Oh.
Yeah. She chimed in on the tulpa bit, but I would like to jump right to her Owen versus Phil answer, which the Owen versus Phil, which we're still doing. So if you're still listening, email in which one of us, Owen or I, would you want to handle a briefcase full of your secrets, to protect it for 30 days against people trying to expose your secrets to the world? Who would you trust? She says, this is actually a hard choice for me. I mean, Phil, you would likely take the suitcase and then completely forget about it. Considering you don't really take much responsibility for some of the things you do, cough, cough, sending out money, cough, cough, not doing the real coughs, sorry. I think I would give you the suitcase. It would likely get lost in a closet somewhere underneath a bunch of crap. Oh, I don't have a bunch of crap. Therefore, no one would be able to find it. On the other hand, Owen would probably put it somewhere safe and keep watch over it, but let's not forget the Skyrim box incident. Is it
The what box?
Skyrim? Skyrim? I don't know.
Skyrim.
Skyrim? Why does that
For
sound
those
much
that
more
don't know,
sexual
some
that way?
Cunt broke into my apartment and stole my collector's edition of Skyrim. And they also stole my collector's edition of Star Wars. Bastards.
Ouch.
Anyway.
Yeah, so she's going with me because of irresponsibility.
Oh, yes. Fuck me for opening a window when it's hot.
I know you would definitely take care of my suitcase, Owen, but you have dumb thieves in your little hobbit town. Not her words. Well, her words up till Hobbit Town. Thank you, Monique, for the email. And we, of course, hope you have money flying out of your butt in the future. If anybody has any emails that you would like to share, don't forget the viewer assignment, Vocaroo, if you feel like it. You can always send it in, get some 10-minute mailer. If you want to be anonymous or simply put in the email, please don't say my name or whatever. I know a lot of people don't like their voices. That's fine. But be interested to see if anybody sends in anything. Contact at waveofabsurdity.com.
Do you want to read the nice thing she said about me and I read the nice thing she said about you?
Well, I said we're past that.
Read it all without go on.
Why? This...
Because then I can imagine you complimenting me. Go on.
Owen, you're adorable.
Thanks, man.
You look and act young enough for me to still be able to use such an adjective.
Oh.
Although I am looking at an outdated photo and video when I say this, but whatever. You have a fan base that adores you, and for good reason. Please, don't forget that.
Yeah, thanks, Phil. Phil, I have a serious voice fetish. So you should know that I'm in love with your voice. Should have thought this through.
I did not laugh at yours.
I like the calm, sometimes, behavior you possess that counteracts Owen's erratic one, as well as the large vocabulary you use. You're handsome, and you act...
20 years old.
You're handsome. You act and look too old to be called adorable.
No.
Monique, you're an awesome writer, and one day you'll be a famous published author. You'll have fans and money flying out your butt.
Well, thank you again, Monique. Although if I had my way, we would have skipped that part.
No, please, if you got nice things to say about me, or if you just want to hear us say nice things about each other, that you could turn into a great fanfic, then please email in contact@waveofabsurdity.com.
If I didn't feel sick
Maybe make
before.
a hentai out of Owen and Phil.
If I didn't feel sick before, I feel sick now.
Maybe we can whip O'Neill in there somewhere.
If you're feeling sick, what should you take, Owen?
What a segue. Unfortunately, MouthPill has been cancelled due to Phil's illness, but we do have a substitute. All credit to Phil for this name. It's time for MouthPill.
Yes. MouthPill. I got 1. I got 2. I got 3. I got 4 different bottles here of various tasty pills that I'm going to take. I'm going to read you a little article from WebMD called 8 Things You Did Not Know About Your Penis. Now, they're not talking to me directly, but I'm going to pretend they are. I don't want to take these pills on an empty stomach. By the way, I'm taking 1,200 milligrams of Mucinex, 1 a day, men's vitamin, a little vitamin C booster for the sicky poos, and a little Aleve, a little pain reliever. So, while I'm getting the pills out, I will go over the first, and Owen, I'm sure you'll chime in if you feel that these 8 tips are on target or not. 1 of the 8 things you did not know about your penis. Use it or lose it. You need to have erections regularly to keep your penis in shape, even if you're on acid in the flatbed of a truck, eluding the police.
Yeah, that's what your thought was. Better use it now before I lose it, guys.
It has to be essentially exercised, says some doctor. To maintain a healthy tone, the smooth muscle of the penis must be periodically enriched with oxygen by the rush of blood that engorges the penis and makes it erect. Okay, number 2. Your penis may be a grower or a shower. And I do have to eat just some goldfish real fast to line the old stomach. Among men, there is no consistent relationship between the size of the flaccid penis and its full erect length. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
In one study of 80 men, researchers found that...
80 men, that's a big study.
How many would you research, Owen?
Oh, at least 5,000. Gonna be thorough.
A penis that doesn't gain much length to an erection has become known as a shower, and a penis that gains a lot is said to be a grower. These are not medical terms. Okay, good. Are you a grower or a shower?
What are you?
I'm huge. I think I'm a shower. I don't think I get much bigger with an erection.
No, I'm a grower. It's Lake Placid down there, but...
The pleasure zone. Many men consider the underside of the glands, the head of the penis, and the underside of the shaft to be the most sensitive to sexual pleasure. Do you like scrotum play?
It's a plus.
I'm not big on the ball play. I don't like that at all. Number 4, sensitivity declines with age.
Oh, you're fucked.
Time to take that vitamin C.
Take that vitamin V. Viagra.
From age 25 on, I'll take these pills 2 at one time.
Oh, 25. Oh, sweet. I'm still underage. 23 and going strong.
Sensitivity starts to decline. The sharpest decline in sensitivity is seen between ages 65 to 75. Wow. Okay. It's a super rare complaint, he says. On the other hand, difficulty with erections and difficulty achieving ejaculation are much more common. Number 5. Vibrators aren't only for women.
Like, that's an easy one.
Yeah, it vibrates. Put it on your
Duh.
areas that feel good when they're
Any
stimulated.
kid that grows up now with a Rumble controller, I mean, come on. Get on Halo 3, get on the Gunner and the Warthog. Ho, ho, ho.
Shit, I can't remember if I just took the Mucinex or not.
Nah, you didn't. Take another. I mean, take your first one.
Shit. 6. There's more to the penis than meets the eye.
You hear that, ladies?
Most guys would be proud to know that their penis is twice as long as they think it is. What? That's because half the length of the penis is inside your body. Just like
I knew that.
Just like you don't see all of a big oak tree above ground, you don't see the root of your penis tucked up inside your pelvis and attached to your pubic bone.
Okay, well.
Oh, yeah. As seen in an MRI picture, an erect penis is shaped like a boomerang. How's that, ladies? Huh? You getting wet? Let me take this. Number 7.
Nice swallowing.
Your penis is a habitat. Sounds like an insult.
Sorry, it's what?
Your penis is a habitat. Well, I'm going to have some more of these goldfish. The skin of your penis is home to a diverse community of bacteria.
Community.
Hey, Joe, how you doing? Oh, not too bad, Mr. Scrotal. We see that the human body is essentially an ecosystem. Researchers analyzed samples from the penises of 12 men.
Again, 12. That's not a big study. I could just imagine somebody that just doesn't look or doesn't like anything to do with dick. Just like, oh, whip it out. Oh, yeah, great. Put it back.
Study done. And number 8, most men aren't circumcised. Or rates vary greatly depending upon religions and nationality. But worldwide, only about 30% of males aged 15 and older are circumcised, according to a 2007 report from the World Health Organization.
I'm not the minority.
Oh,
Phil.
which one of these
I just said
educated
I'm not
you the most?
minority. What? Sorry, what?
I said, which one of these educated you the most out of the 8?
Probably the age thing. I didn't know that. I didn't know that the older you get, the less feeling it gets. Like, what's up with that?
Well, if I still have a sex drive at 65, I'll be happy.
Never gonna happen.
All right. Well, I may have taken 2 or 3 of the same pills. I don't know. I hope it wasn't the Mucinex, because that's going to be nasty. That's an expectorant.
Wouldn't it be great if you're just...
Oozing fluids everywhere?
it would be a story for the pod, that's for sure.
Ugh. All right. Well, I believe we have finished our agenda.
We had an agenda?
We had an outline.
Wait.
Say what?
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. I hope you, if nothing, you've learned something today.
If nothing. I hope you've learned multiple things about tulpas, about seeing with your eyebrows. We hope you've learned about not doing
Seeing
drugs.
without your eyebrows.
Not doing drugs. We're glad that you pined for the good old days.
It's the future, the here and now. Come on. Get with
Email
me.
in, contact at Wave of Absurdity.
Viva la revolution.
You can always go to PCGamer999 on Facebook and engage in conversation there. If asked directly, Owen might talk about his penis.
That's where you can vote as well for the Master Debater. if you don't really like Facebook, you could follow myself on Twitter, PCGamer99, same thing, and I'll put the poll there. I don't tweet often. It's like rarely. It's like 3-4 times a month. So I won't spam you, and you get to vote. And yeah, thanks.
Thomas, by the time you hear this, hopefully you'll have your
never gonna happen.
20 smackers.
It's never gonna happen. We're gonna run another competition, and we're still gonna be Owen. Well, I'm not.
You're not going to be Owen? You're not going to be Owen money?
My conscience is clear.
Oh, finally.
It's like the good old days when I was
Finally.
in school. Everyone. It's just like,
Yeah,
You
but
be
I never
Owen
had a
your
real
money.
opportunity to do it until now.
you gonna call me chamber pot next? You gonna call me a piss pot under your bed?
Meh.
Exactly.
Too archaic for your little hobbit village.
Life could be cruel, man.
I don't
Life
know.
could be cruel.
Now that I found out you don't live in London, I'm a little disappointed.
Oh, finally!
Yeah, I know, but now you're
Oh
in
my
what?
god, he admits it!
Some area with the friggin' 2 forges and unpaved roads or whatever. I don't know. Still worship salt water or some shit like that. I don't know.
It's a seaside city. They say city. It's more of a small
Shire.
city. It's great. You got the cobble roads if you go down by the seafront. Oh.
Is that, hey, everybody, want to get together and head down to the roads?
It's history. It's not very exciting history. Not like the future. When we look at the future, then we're in the future. Then when the future's gone, then it's in the past. But I'm not referring to that past. Anyway. Thanks, everyone.
I'm going to have to send Adam up your way with his truck.
I don't want to get an erection.
I know. Good night, everybody.
Here's some bloopers from the all-new news challenge. Enjoy. I'm going to do a lot better reading. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Kids today. According to Article 20...
20? Don't you go making up absurd numbers, sir.
I'm going to do better, I swear.
All right. Get rid of the gas face.
What a
I'm not gonna-
twat.
I'm not gonna...
Why is 20 a word? Why am I saying that?
Oh, Christ.
We're not going to do it.
I can see I'm going to have to make these shorter.
I failed on the first 4 words.
It's a number, even. It's not like it was this new or, 20-letter word or anything. 20-letter word, sorry.
Oh, no.
He's gone silly.
It's all gone tits up.
Sorry about this pedodcast, people.
Shut up. Alright. Let's reel it in. Okay. If we can get past 20, we're fine.
I'm
There's more numbers in there.
I know, I was just thinking, oh, look at all those other numbers.
Alright. Kids today. According to... Fuck me.
Press on.
Ugh. According to Article 20... I said it again! I was
What
about
is
to
your
say it
malfunction?
again.
All right.
20.
Yes.
20.